Welcome to our second video of our Stripe week, where we're going to show you in detail how to integrate Stripe with Backfrap. So in our last video, we saw how to create, list, and edit customers. And today we are going to take a look into payment intents. A payment intent is the process that guides you through collecting a payment. And we are going to create, edit, and cancel a few payment intents today. So here I am at my Stripe dashboard, and here I have the Payments tab where I can see all the payment intents that I already had. So a payment intent is not a full payment. It does not mean my purchase was made and paid. It means I want that payment to happen. And in order to create one, and once again, we're going to do this local, so it is easier to debug, but in Backfrap is quite the same. So here I have my Visual Studio open, and we are going to create a new async function here. So async function create payment intent. And then I'm going to comment out my create customer call, and then we're going to call this create payment intent instead. And the first step I have to do is to have my Stripe instantiated with my secret key. And then we are going to start doing some code to create the first payment intent. We're going to create a very basic one. So let payment intent equals await, because this is an asynchronous call. We're going to call a Stripe service to generate this intent. Stripe.paymentIntent.create, and this will take an object as a parameter, and we can pass in a few options such as the amount, which is the number representing the amount of money I expect to receive in that purchase, so amount. And this is very interesting. I have to enter a integer number in here, but it will automatically parse it into a two decimal places float. So if I put, for instance, 1000, it actually means 10, because it is going to break it in here and put 2 decimal points. So let's make it a purchase of 10, and then we have to set up the currency. So currency, and the currency is a string, and then we can pass in the currency code. In my case, I'm going to leave it as USD, as US dollars. I have to put a comma in there, and also a comma in here, and then I can select the payment types that I want to use. We do that by typing payment, underline method, underline types, and this is an array of payment options that you can retrieve on the Stripe API. So today we're going to use only a credit card, so it's an array, and I'm going to put card in here. Now my payment intent is already made. Let's choose a different value, so 1 2 3 4. It's easier to find in my dashboard later. And then once that happens, we can console log or payment intent. To save this, open up my terminal, and then we can finally call node index.js. Let me reduce this a little bit so you can see the code and run it. It seems I got an error. It's because it's not payment intent, it's payment intents. I misspelled, so let me clear that and run it again. And there you go. Now, if I go back to my dashboard in Stripe, if I refresh the screen, here is my payment intent for $12.34 as 1234 that I sent to the API. Now imagine that I had this payment intent registered wrong and I want to change it. I can change pretty much any information in it as long as I have the ID of the payment intent. Is this one starting with PI and a whole big number in there. So I'm going to click this, and you can copy it from here. Let's copy it and go back to our code. I'm going to comment out this part here, and we are going to change that. So let payment intent equals await Stripe dot payment intents dot update, and the update method will take two parameters. The first one is the ID that I just copied from the website, and the second one is a JSON object containing the information that I want to change. In my case, I'm going to change the currency to my local currency here in Brazil, which is Brazilian reais, which means to BRL. And also I'm going to change the amount from 1234 to 2345. We're going now to run this again, so clear and node index.js. There you go. If we go back here and update, notice my currency changed to Brazilian real and now is 23.45. And last but not least, we can also delete this payment intent, which means to cancel it. We will also once again use the payment ID method, the payment intent ID that we have from here. So I'm going to copy it once again, and now we're going to paste it in here, but I'm just going to retrieve this part there, and we're going to cancel. And the cancel method only takes one parameter, which is the ID. So if we run this again, so clear and node index.js, the status changed to cancelled, and if I go back to my dashboard here and refresh, notice it's now incomplete because I created the payment intent but did not pay the purchase yet. But if now I refresh this, you see it's now cancelled. It means I cannot pay for this anymore, and it's cancelled in the system. It will also show as cancelled if we go directly to our payments, as you can see it in here. Also, I have one incomplete in there. Now, once you get your payment intent registered into the system, you can now charge your customer and verify the purchase, the full payment for your purchase, with the next methods that we're going to see on the next videos. So, if you found this video helpful, please click the like button and consider subscribing to the channel so it can help us grow. Also, share this link with a friend and they can learn something too. If you're already subscribed, thank you for that. And if you have any questions, suggestions, or any implementation you'd like to see, please leave it on the comment section below. We always answer all the questions. I hope this content was useful to you, and hope to see you back on this whole series of videos about Stripe and Bag4App that we're going to do this whole week. See you soon. Bye bye.